This is Laura Fox. I'm with the Front Row Report, and I am here with the guys from Prevail. We're at Northern Invasion in Somerset, Wisconsin, 2017. If you could please introduce yourselves.
I'm Eric from Prevail, and
I'm Dylan.
Good deal, guys. Your album was released last year, right?
Yep, correct.
And
October.
what's the reception been? How do you feel about the reception you've gotten?
It's been overwhelming for sure. It's been we couldn't be more blessed or lucky to have what we have going on. So.
Yeah, we have a really, really unique fan base, and we couldn't be happier to have them. And it is growing a lot more quickly than we expected. But we love what our fans do for us so much.
So when you say you have a unique fan base, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure.
So,
I mean, I think a lot of it comes from the way we market our band. We market with Facebook, and
Okay.
when you come to some of our shows, we meet a lot. Like I'd say at least 5 or 6 times a show, I meet someone that says this is my first rock concert ever. So what I mean by unique fan base is we're just getting people who don't necessarily open, AP magazine, or they don't go to the rock articles. They're just scrolling through Facebook and they say, "I want to try some rock music."
Okay.
And
so that means you get one part of the crowd. You'll get someone like us, mid-20s, late 20s. You'll get someone like a group of 16 to 18-year-old girls, and the next group you get is a bunch of 40-year-old dudes that bodybuilders. Then you'll get families coming out, and that's the coolest thing, I think, is see the families that come out, bring their young kids. They're like 10, 12, 16, whatever, and I think that kind of sums up what he means by an odd audience.
well, I wouldn't say odd. I use unique.
Unique.
Right. It's not one specific type of person. You've got a broad appeal.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Right. So do you think that probably has a lot to do with your style of music as well as your marketing?
It's got a lot to do with our style. I mean, we're a rock band.
Right.
And, all these kids want to say like there's post-hardcore or metal or this metal or that metal or all these different genres, and that's cool and all to identify your music specifically. But we just say we're rock because one song it's maybe a very heavy song, but it's got a lot more clean vocals on it. Then we got a more emotional song. It's got some more raw. I think that's what I'm looking for. More raw.
Unclean
screaming vocals on it. And then you got your really heavy songs, your ballady songs like Alone right now. So it's, we got a really, really diverse, sound, and I think that brings a diverse crowd.
Terrific. In terms of social media, being able to promote your brand and your band, in addition to Facebook, are you relying heavily on Twitter, Instagram? All of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I know a lot of people say, when you do social media stuff for a band, it feels like work, but it doesn't anymore.
It doesn't? Okay.
It just feels like we're just kind of showing people what our lives are, and I love that, because I could literally be like, oh, I'm hanging out with my nephews today or something, and everybody will be like, oh, that's so cool, can't wait to see you at your next show. And that to me is cool, because somebody is getting the real me, but they're also still reflecting on the Prevail side of me.
Right.
Connecting. I love that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're about to go on the Vans Warped Tour, is that correct?
Yeah.
And this is your first time on Warped?
It will be our first time on Warped.
Okay, are you expecting a different audience for that than something like a Northern Invasion?
Yeah. I think, I went to 5 Warped Tours growing up, back to back to back, and I was, 17, 18, 19, and that's kind of the fan base that I feel like I remember seeing when I was going. It was always the younger 20s, mid 20s, even younger, and they're all into that same kind of genre. And like how Dylan said, we have a very unique fan base. We got some of the scene kids, you got some of the underground DIY kids, and then you got the more active rock radio listeners. Where at Warped Tour, it's mainly just that big group of scene kids. So we're thinking that we haven't really divulged into that, what's the word I'm looking for?
We haven't gotten into it yet.
That one. We haven't really gotten into that market heavily yet, so I think it's exciting. There's going to be a lot of people that I think know of us and heard of us, but I think there's going to be a lot of people that opened up AP Magazine, was like, oh yeah, that band, I've never seen them. So
Okay.
hopefully there'll be a lot of new people.
Yeah. Hopefully expose them to new songs from your library
Right.
that they might not have heard,
Exactly.
even though they know who you are. Got
Exactly.
it. Yeah. Yeah. So can you tell me what's next for I Prevail? Where you're headed? What you're doing?
Well, yeah, we're gonna be heading out to the UK here in just a couple of weeks. We're gonna play a couple festivals, do I think 1 or 2 headliners.
Yep.
Then we get a couple weeks off. We're gonna go home and do the Warped Tour thing. Kicking around some ideas for the fall right now. Might have a couple tricks up our sleeve. We'll see what happens. I don't want to give away too much.
All right. Now, do you guys write when you're on the road? Do you try and collaborate when you've got downtime,
I
or?
mean,
We
yeah,
kind of dabble a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like Steve and I might come up with something that we just like mess around with the sound check on the guitars, and we just kind of go, okay, let's put a pin in that. Let's revisit that when we really sit down and do that. And I know,
all 4 of
use
us.
it.
I mean, all 4 of us will be like sitting on our bunk or whatever, hanging through the day and be like, come up with a clever line and pull it in the phone. And when we're laying in our bunks at night or something like that, I'll think of something. I'll be like, ooh, that's kind of cool. I'll put it on my
Yeah.
phone. So I know we're all kind of doing that. It'll be new for us. When we wrote the last record, it was 7 months off. So we got all our ideas and we put them on the table. It's 7 months, just let's get it done. Now it's like we're trying to tour, and the label's like album, and we're like, what do we do? So it's kind of you got to juggle and do both.
Yeah, it's
So,
got to be a balancing
yeah.
act, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For bands that are starting out, you guys are getting pretty established. Your fan base is growing. Would you say that being an opener for a huge headliner or festivals, or being your old headliner, your own headliner, what's been the most effective for you guys?
Honestly, I think it's a mix. I think
Yeah.
it's a really good mix.
To me, it feels like, so we go out on these tours with like Hollywood Undead,
Mhm.
Pierce the Veil, and we start to gain exposure, and we see these kids and they get in front of I Prevail for the first time, and then they go online and they see some videos, and that kind of gets them hooked a little bit more to try us. And then when they come to a headliner, to me, that's when we really get them like, okay, I've seen I Prevail live, it was their show, and I'm definitely a fan now, I want to come back. And to me, those are ones that are, those are home field, varsity basketball games or whatever on a Friday night. That's
Yeah.
when you come down and you just put it all on the line,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are there particular venues back in the Detroit area that you're especially fond of?
I think the Crowfoot.
Okay.
Just because that was our that's in Pontiac. That was our first ever hometown show.
Okay.
And we sold it out, and that was just the coolest feeling. Going out there and seeing kids that you went to high school with. You got family members that came from town just to see it, because we became such like a viral thing. Like it was like, we got to see what this is like. I know it's kind of the same
For me, yeah, I mean, the intersection in Grand Rapids was one of those venues where, like, we played the front room, and we sold that out the first time we went there, and then when we came back into the main room that I grew up watching,
Right.
Less Than Jake, all these huge bands,
Right.
huge bands sell it out, and then my band comes along and sells it out, and I see 18 kids I went to high school with out there, but I also
They're
see...
all in that one
Yeah,
corner.
they're all in one corner, and then you see a bunch of new kids who are like, I know you, like, you live over here, that's cool. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I think those two, and then we all got some family both back
Yeah.
and forth.
Uh-huh.
So it's cool. It's cool going either one of those venues. It's hometown shows. I make a joke that I hate it because everyone wants to come and see you and want to have some time, but I mean that in the most lighthearted way, because I love coming home, like especially when it's on the end of the tour. Like our last tour, we ended both home dates at home, or at the end of the tour. So it's cool to end at home. Like,
Right.
You got your family, your friends. It's cool. Like, all right, we got one more show, and then we're home, and it's, I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah.
That's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we probably need to wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great, yeah.